So disappointment on the road today. How could you sum that one up?
Be honest, Graham, I wasn't there last week and I was suspended, but we were miles off it last week and we were rightly 3-0 down. To be fair to them, the changes were made in different personnel and different positions and different formation, and they got themselves back out of it. But was it papering over cracks? Probably was, to be honest. Just think we've lost our way a bit, and we're not doing what we were doing at the start of the season, where we were getting results and we were deserving results. We went 1-0 up today. It was totally against really the run of play. We hadn't got our foothold in the game. We hadn't got our foot on the ball. We couldn't pass it 10 yards, and we just looked awful, to be honest. And that's, I'm not hanging anybody out to dry. I wouldn't do that with the guys, and they're in there the same, and they're saying the exact same things. To concede 6 goals in 2 weeks, and if you look back even further than that, it's not good enough. And that's the worrying thing. And the mannerism of the goals is even more worrying. If a team cuts you open and puts one up in the top corner, you hold your hand up. But the mannerism when we concede the goals today, especially, and last week, it's not good enough. It's poor. And it's something that would take a lot longer than 2 nights a week training to try and sort out. But at the same time, that's what we have. That's what we're to work with. The transfer window is now closed, thank goodness. And the squad is what it is there. And to be fair to them, they're all in it together. So you take it on the chin. We got out of jail last week and they got the praise for it. They didn't get out of jail this week, and we'll take it on the chin. And if that's me, obviously there was a couple of guys left out of the squad today, and that's not nice at all. And they're probably saying, how am I not in that squad? And that's even go down as the subs as well are going to be saying, well, how am I not starting when we're playing like that? So it's a reality check for everybody, as a group, as a whole, as a club, and we'll probably look at things in greater depth on Tuesday night. And I've no doubt there will be changes again next Saturday, because we can't go into that playing up performances like that. Simple as that.
As you said, I mentioned about the transfer window there, there's players left who we weren't expecting to leave, there's new players coming in. Does that affect the players and how you set the team up? Because there's probably surprises there in the window for us.
Of course it does, and obviously Michael went, and we hadn't visualised looking for an out-and-out striker. And that happened, whatever way it happened, it's happened, and that's a bit of lack of respect for us as a group, but it's gone. And then we were told that EP wouldn't be going anywhere on Friday, and then he played last Saturday, and then the call comes on Sunday to say he's come back. So that's not ideal for a club that's preparing and where you've missed opportunities to sign players, and you run about in the last day of the window looking for players to come in. So to be fair, Big Glenn has come in there, and he's got into the group this week, and he looks sharp and looks lively, and we're delighted he's came on board. It would have been easy to say no, and others did say no and didn't want to commit, but at the same time our squad now, we're delighted that nobody else is going anywhere, and there were far too many turnovers in January for my likings. It's an awful transfer window. It's maybe for adding 1 or 2 the max, but to have a turnover like we did, boys going out and the ones coming in, it causes a whole change in the squad from what you were used to from June until December. So look, we got to get on with it. It's now over. The squad is what it is now till the end of April. And it's our job to get everybody pulling in the same direction. But it's not an easy time of the year, to be honest. As I say, nothing's guaranteed. You think one day everything's all right, and next thing you get a phone call at work the next day and they say, oh, he's away, and you're just saying to yourself, where did that come from? But listen, I've been through a lot of personal things in my life. Anybody that knows me, and I'm bigger and stronger than that, so I won't let that affect me. I mean, there's many as a legend came through the door at Dundela, and none of them ever thought they were bigger than the club. And that's credit to them, and the club's still there. So I'm no different, and no other players any different. So we'll get on with it. We have a job to do. We're going to try and push as much as we can, high up this league as we can, and but we need to stop conceding goals. And that's the worrying thing for me as an offender, for Ginge as an offender, and that's defenders. I'm not blaming the defenders for the goals, but defensive side of our team has been awful in the last 3 or 4 weeks, maybe since Christmas, if you want to be like that. So tough days ahead, and back to basics, maybe so. And we see it week in, week out. Players put it over the fence, out on the road, and dead on. You can't score from there. And Mervyn Bell used to say it week in, week out, but it's not maybe not pretty in the eye, but it stops the ball going into the net. Stuff we have to look at, and that's what we'll have to do. We're not going to throw a towel at this stage of the season. We'll keep going, and we'll keep digging in. If we can get the best out of the guys that we have there, well then that'll be the best we can do.